Everyone already knows Rottweilers are famous for their loving, loyal, and protective nature. But there's a lot more to these amazing dogs than just that. In fact, they can be a little overwhelming if you don't know what to expect. So, if you plan to get a Rottweiler, or you already have one, you'll want to watch this video. These are the things that no one tells you about owning a Rottweiler. Number 1. They're one of the toughest dogs ever. Seriously. If you thought Rottweilers were tough, you have no idea. These dogs feel discomfort and pain, just like any other dog. But the difference is that they never show any indication of pain at all. In fact, one owner said, "She had limped for literally 2 seconds. So we took her to the vet and found out that she had an almost complete ACL tear." Now, this may seem impressive, but if you think about it, it's not really a great thing. Rottweilers are so stoic, they'll act like everything's fine, even when it's not. It makes it tricky for owners to spot when something is actually wrong, such as health issues or injuries. In the end, it can lead to something much worse. For example, another owner shared a heartbreaking story. "My Rottie limped and the vet wrote it off as a shoulder injury. Poor girl had cancer spreading all throughout her body, but acted like the same dog up until her final month." Yes, Rottweilers are as tough as they come. But because of this, you'll need to be extra attentive with your dog. Even the slightest limp or change in behavior could probably be checked out by your dog's vet, just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry. Number 2. They're some of the most stubborn dogs you'll meet. Rottweilers are sweet and loyal, but don't let that fool you. Beneath all that love lies the mindset of a stubborn, perpetual 2-year-old. One owner put it perfectly, saying, "I've never had such a stubborn dog. He's well-behaved, super smart, and loving. Very easy to train. But sometimes he just won't do what he's supposed to do." It's like living with a toddler who knows the rules, but who chooses chaos anyway. Sure, Rottweilers are intelligent, which makes training a breeze, but only when they're in the mood. But their stubborn streak? Oh, it's real. These dogs love to test limits. And just when you think you've got everything under control, they'll throw in a little rebellion, just to keep you humble. This mix of love and stubbornness will definitely make owning a Rottie both rewarding and challenging. They'll cuddle with you 1 minute, then give you the nope look when asked to sit the next. The trick is staying consistent, patient, and firm, because while they're smart enough to learn, they are also clever enough to know when they can get away with things. Number 3. The shedding is deceiving. Rottweilers have short coats, so you'd think they wouldn't shed much. I mean, how bad could it really be? Well, the answer is very bad. One owner summed it up perfectly, saying, "Despite being a Rottie dad for going on 20 years, it still blows my mind just how I can brush and brush and brush, and it just keeps coming." Think you're done brushing? Nope, that fur is here to stay. The secret lies in their sneaky double coat. That short hair may look low maintenance, but without regular brushing, your home will be a fur factory. In fact, the same owner confessed, "It had never occurred to me how much of my life would wind up being spent brushing, sweeping, and vacuuming." If you're not a fan of endless cleaning, you'll want to get a high-quality brush, like a Furminator, and make it part of your weekly routine. Oh, and it's probably a good idea to invest in a solid vacuum cleaner. Otherwise, you'll spend more time chasing hairballs around the house than enjoying quality time with your dog. Owning a Rottie means accepting that fur will be a part of your life, and on your clothes, couch, and probably even your food. Number 4. The teenage stage will be long and destructive. Imagine living with a furry, muscle-bound toddler who seems perpetually stuck in the terrible twos phase. That's the teenage Rottweiler in a nutshell. One owner summed it up perfectly, saying, "Just when you think they've mastered training, they'll regress, push boundaries, and leave you questioning your life choices." One moment they're mellow, The next, they're in full rebellion mode, gnawing on whatever they shouldn't touch. During this phase, your Rottie doesn't just chew, they literally eat everything in the home. They'll also have an unlimited amount of energy, or so it seems. But the toughest part about enduring this teenage stage? It's likely going to drag on for a while. You can expect boundary pushing and destruction to last well into their second or even third year. But don't worry, around age 3, a switch flips. Your once chaotic puppy will mature into a dependable, well-mannered companion who makes all the madness worth it. One owner puts it the best, saying, 2 to 3 years of stubbornness and destruction is well worth the 8 to 9 years of an amazing dog. Until then, brace yourself. Your patience and future will be tested daily. Number 5. The Rottie rumble is actually a sign of affection. Ever heard your Rottweiler make a low, growly sound that makes you wonder if they're about to audition for a monster movie? To outsiders, this might be a scary sound. However, don't panic. This usually isn't a sign of aggression. What you're hearing is the famous Rottie rumble, a unique throaty sound they make to show affection. Just think of it as their way of saying, "I love you," but with a bit of flair. While it might sound intimidating to the uninitiated, the rumble is more like a canine love song, gruff but heartfelt. Some Rotties do it when they're excited, others when they're content, often while cuddling or leaning into their favorite human. The key is body language. If their tail is wagging and they're relaxed, that rumble is nothing but love wrapped in bass tones. It might take a little getting used to, especially since most dogs show affection with tail wags and kisses, not ominous growling sounds. But once you recognize the Rottie rumble for what it is, you'll start to appreciate this quirky, endearing habit. Number 6. They either follow you everywhere or they're very independent. There's no in between. With a Rottweiler, you're either getting a shadow that follows you into every room, yes, even the bathroom, or a fiercely independent dog who acts like they don't need you all the time. There's no middle ground. When they're in Velcro mode, you'll feel like you've got a 100-pound bodyguard glued to your side. They'll plop down right next to you while you cook, work, and even attempt a private shower, because your personal space? Never heard of it. On the flip side, some Rotties swing to the opposite extreme. One day they might give you the cold shoulder, lying in another room with a look that says, "I'm good, call me if you need anything." It's not personal, it's just how they roll sometimes. They can shift between needy and aloof without warning, leaving you wondering if you're living with a bodyguard or a moody teenager. This all-or-nothing personality means you'll need to embrace both extremes, whether they're glued to your hip or acting like a lone wolf. It's just their way of showing love, either by being with you 24/7 or giving you space to breathe. Enjoy the variety, even if they don't always give you a heads up on which version you're getting today. Number 7. Get ready for the slobber and drool to be all over the place. If you are getting a Rottweiler, prepare for a constant battle with drool. Humans might use their hands to explore the world, but dogs? They do it all with their mouths. Licking you is their way of saying, "I care about you," like a wet, slimy version of a hug. It's sweet until it's everywhere. One Rottie owner puts it bluntly with a great idea, saying, "Our Diesel is a bit drooly, and we have strategically placed towels all over the house to wipe the drool away before he soaks us." No matter how much you try to stay ahead of it, there will always be slobber on your clothes, furniture, and somehow even in places that defy logic. However, this is just something that comes with all large Mastiff dog breeds. There's no avoiding it. If you can embrace the mess and keep a towel within reach at all times, you'll survive the drool-pocalypse. After all, it's just one of many sticky ways your Rottie shows affection. Number 8. Socializing your Rottweiler early on is the most important thing you can do for them. With a Rottweiler, early socialization isn't just important, it's essential. These dogs are naturally protective, and without proper exposure to new people, pets, and environments, they can become overly suspicious or reactive. Think of it as teaching them the difference between friend and foe before they start assuming everyone's the latter. And with such a big and powerful dog, it's really important they get this right. The goal is to get them comfortable with all kinds of situations while they're still young. Trips to the park, meeting other dogs, introducing them to new faces, every positive encounter helps build their confidence. A well-socialized Rottie learns to stay calm and collected instead of feeling like they need to defend you from the mailman every single day. Plus, it's much easier to shape their behavior during puppyhood than trying to correct bad habits later on. A Rottweiler that's socialized early on becomes a friendly, well-balanced companion instead of a dog that's constantly on high alert. Put in the work now, and you'll have a loyal guardian who knows how to distinguish between a guest at the door and someone up to no good. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you'll probably love this video here. And if you hit subscribe, I'll donate a meal to a rescue dog on your behalf.